Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Trevor with Life Conquer. Cannot tell you how excited I am to talk to you about food today. I love food. I love spending money on food. This is an item in my budget that, if left unchecked, devours the rest of my finances. So let's go ahead, let's dig into this. Let's figure out what we can do to help manage this category in our budget. Okay, welcome back. So let's break down this food budgeting concept, okay? Now, if you don't have a budget, if you don't know how much you are spending on food already, then this video is going to be really helpful for you. I'm going to give you a starting point that you can then modify to get to where you need to be. So if you remember, we talked about this 50-30 budget. 50-30-20. If you don't know what this is, you need to go back and watch my other video that talks about this. It's 5 minutes, it's short, it's simple, it's to the point, okay? We're going to be working with this 50% category in this, okay? Now, if you remember, my first teaching contract, I made about $3,000 a month, okay? Now, if we put that into our 50-30-20 budget, that leaves me with $1,500 to spend in this 50% category. Now, for our food budget, a good starting point is to start with 10% of your monthly income and put that into your grocery bills, okay? So that leaves me with $300 to spend in this, okay? Now, that then brings my 50% budget total to $1,200. Now, when I first started teaching, it was very expensive for me to live in the area that the school was located at. So I had to go a little bit further away to get a lot cheaper rent. So that's what I did, because my rent alone would have been about this number. So I moved a little further away to make sure that I could afford it. Okay, but this $300, that's what we're going to be spending on food. Now, that's not a lot of money to spend on food. It really is not much. Okay, $300 does not go very far when you're trying to feed a family of 4 or even more. Even a family of 2, $300 really doesn't go a long ways. So what are some ways that we can help keep those costs down? There's a few things we can do. First of all, you need to stop eating out. You need to avoid eating out like it is the plague, because that is the fastest way to eat up that $300 budget. You go out to eat once and you spend $15 on one meal. You can only do that 10-15 times within the month, and you're done. And that's only one meal. So one thing that we can do to help avoid eating out is you need to meal plan. You need to sit down for the week and say, okay, what are we going to make this week? How are we going to plan this out? What's it going to cost us? You need to spend a little bit of time on it. Again, this is some work. It's not just going to happen because you think it's going to happen. Again, you have to decide up front that this is something you're going to follow through on. Now, you meal plan. Now, what that's going to help you do, that's going to help you buy in bulk, okay? Which means you're going to save even more money on your grocery bills because you're going to be able to buy it in bulk. If you know somebody with a Sam's Club membership or a Costco membership, talk them into letting you go shopping with them. Then you don't have to pay for the membership, and you can still buy in bulk and get those even bigger discounts. This also is going to allow you to bring a meal to work. Very expensive to eat when you're working, especially if you have a restaurant or something at your workplace. Those prices are inflated even further. And then going out to eat, it gets expensive to get a Subway sandwich every day, okay? Again, if you're planning this out, you're able to bring your meal with you to work. Next thing you can do is you can use those leftovers. If you're buying in bulk, it means you can cook in bulk, which then you can save that food and eat it for the next couple of days. If you don't want to eat the same thing over and over again, make a big meal on Monday, put it in the fridge, save it, eat it again on Wednesday, cook again on Tuesday. Tuesday's food becomes Thursday's food again. And that's a way you get to double dip into that food and still keep your costs really low. The next thing that you're going to need to do is if you're meal planning and you're using your leftovers, you need a good set of storage containers. I suggest Pyrex. I like glass. It keeps my food fresh. Everything tastes fresh. It's easy to warm up in the microwave. I don't have to worry about melting anything. So I recommend the glass Pyrex. Now, next thing that you're going to want to do is once you've done your meal planning, you then need to make a grocery list and stick to it. Okay? This is where a lot of people get in trouble when they go into the grocery stores, any of your big box stores, and there's an impulse buy of Doritos on the shelf, and you go, ooh man, those Cool Ranch Doritos really calling out my name. I'll just get one bag. It's $3. I'll get one bag. Well, if you grocery shop every week, all of a sudden that $3 turns into $12, and that's a significant part of a $300 budget. So you don't want to do that. You want to stay away from doing that. You need to make a list, stick to it. One of the easiest ways to stick to that list is to not go to the store hungry. Eat a meal before you go to the store, and that's going to help reduce those cravings and reduce that impulse buy. And those are just a few ways you can do it. If you're disciplined and you make those decisions ahead of time, you're going to be okay, and you're going to be able to move within that $300 budget, depending on what your monthly income is. For me, it was $300, which was hard to stay under because, again, I like to eat. I like food. I like a good steak, but steak is expensive. So maybe it was buying a package of chicken breasts and cutting those up myself so that I could keep those costs down. There are ways you can do it. You just have to be creative. You got to think a little bit differently than the rest of the public, and you're going to be able to save a buttload of money when it comes to food budgeting. Good luck. If you have any questions, please let me know. Other than that, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.